there are economic laws, there are legal laws, there are religious laws. So there are laws everywhere. But since all the laws relate to humanity, so at the bottom of it all are the principles. Principles are individuals' laws, my own laws that I make for myself. Like Abdullah Rafiq and Qasim today, they tried to make a law for themselves. They said, we will become, we will try to become better human beings. So, very good. Now, this principle they have set for themselves. Now, the principles are just thoughts from which you get power. You make those thoughts stronger. How do you make thoughts stronger? By repeatedly thinking about them, not just forgetting them. When you keep thinking about a thought, it keeps getting strength in you until a time comes that it starts helping you in doing action, in acting. So the thoughts can be translated into action by continuous, persistent thinking upon them, dwelling upon them. That's called dwelling. Concentrating on certain points, certain elements in your life. Now, principles do this. When you make principles for your life, they help you grow into a better person. You become better people. Now, then from an individual, society's foundation blocks are because an individual is not a society. The society only becomes when there are at least two individuals. So the next block is family, the family laws. Now, what are the family laws? These are the norms. Norms set in a home by the family, by the parents, by the children, by the grandparents. The laws of respect, respectability, the laws of taking care, the laws of spending money at home, what to buy, what not to buy, what is good for us, what is not good for us. So the laws for regulating the whole life, they basically come from these two places. The principles that the individuals carry and the laws and the principles which are the norms which are followed in the families. Now just imagine, if there were no laws or no norms or no principles, what would we be? So this is something which separates us from the animals. Animals also have certain laws for themselves, but they are built into their DNA. They have not thought about them. They have not self-accepted those laws. Human beings only have this capacity that they can formulate laws, they can make principles, they can make laws, and then act upon them accordingly. So this is one of the differences between being animals and being humans. Now, when human beings, in the name of freedom, now what laws do is that they bring you into the circle of restrictions. Obviously, laws give you restrictions. And in the class, whatever I am disseminating in the shape of those boundaries and restrictions, that will cause trouble to some of you. Obviously, someone who is previously not interested in restrictions, he considers total freedom. Now, total freedom is savagery. Savagery. What is savage? What's a savage? ये जो total freedom का concept है, ये exist ही नहीं करता human beings में. We cannot be totally free. Can you be free from gravity? No, you can't. Can you be free from oxygen? No, you can't. And can you live without sunlight? Not for a long time. Can you live without eating or drinking anything? No, not for a long time. So you see, there are so many compulsions on us human that we are not supposed to be absolutely free. We are supposed to be enslaved, and that is the limit of our freedom. So the freedom cannot be achieved without limits, without certain regulations. That is the importance of law. What law does is that people accept those limits willingly. What is the difference between tyranny and law? So tyrant होता है, जालिम हुक्मरान जो होता है ना, तो tyranny comes from that. So the difference between tyranny and the law is that tyranny is also a freedom enjoyed by a tyrant beyond the boundaries set by the society. सोसाइटी ने बाउंड्रीज, मसलन हम अगर आज के मॉडर्न दौर में उनको क्या कहते हैं, जो डिक्टेटर्स कहते हैं, ये जो आर्मी के लोग हुकूमत पे कब्जा कर लेते हैं, मुख्तलिफ मुल्कों में होता है, पाकिस्तान में भी होता रहा है. सो दे आर कॉल्ड डिक्टेटर्स. व्हाई आर दे कॉल्ड डिक्टेटर्स? बिकॉज वो सबसे पहला काम ये करते हैं, व्हाट दे डू इज दैट दे पुट द कंट्रीज लॉज असाइड and they start doing things at their own, on their own whims, on their own thoughts, on their own pleasure. So they want this. वो क्या करते हैं, कवानीन को साइड पे हटा के रख देते हैं और अपनी मर्जी से लोगों को ट्रीट करना शुरू कर देते हैं, जो उनका ख्याल में they may have very noble ideas, और वो उनका बड़ा होगा, माना जा सकता है कि जी वो बड़े नेक दिली के साथ वो कर रहे होते हैं. बट what they do is कि जो लोगों ने एक्सेप्ट की होती है ना अपने लिए बाउंड्रीज के, ये हमें एक्सेप्टेबल है, जो लॉज लोगों ने अपने लिए सेट किए होते हैं, वो उनको उठा के बाहर फेंक देते हैं और वो कहते हैं लोग अपनी मर्जी ना करें, हमारी मर्जी करें. सो दैट इज व्हाई दे आर कॉल्ड डिक्टेटर्स. डिक्टेट करना, जबरदस्ती करना. हियर इज द क्रिटिकल एलिमेंट, एंड दैट इज दैट द लॉज एक्चुअली डू नॉट टेक अवे योर फ्रीडम. लॉज एक्चुअली गारंटी योर फ्रीडम, and freedom which becomes legal, which becomes acceptable. So जो principles हैं अपने लिए आप सेट करते हैं, they are also, they give you certain boundaries to live in. Families जो norms सेट करती हैं अपने लिए, they are also certain boundaries to live in. और जिन families में ये boundaries जो हैं वो लोग jump करते रहते हैं, वो families at peace नहीं रहती हैं, वहाँ झगड़े रहते हैं, वहां लोग एक दूसरे के साथ नाराज रहते हैं, लोग तकलीफ में रहते हैं, कंटिन्यूअस पेन. फैमिली के बाद जो है वो दूसरा सोशल सर्कल्स आ जाते हैं, जिसमें फ्रेंड्स हो जाते हैं, वहां भी नॉर्म्स होते हैं या नहीं होते? डू यू हैव सर्टेन बाउंड्रीज विद योर फ्रेंड्स और देयर आर नो बाउंड्रीज? You have certain boundaries. You keep certain boundaries with your friends. Okay, so what are those boundaries? These are the laws, unspoken laws between friends. And why are they made? Because they guarantee good friendship. वो guarantee होते हैं. अब now what happens is, whenever one of the individual jumps those laws, तो क्या होता है? झगड़ा हो जाता है. Problems, they start happening. So this is how human beings function. We cannot live like human beings if we do not have laws. इसी तरह से then it comes to the society के बड़े major chunk पे आ जाते हैं, तो वहाँ legal side आ जाती है, the legal laws, जिसको हम कानून कहते हैं, and that is derived from a law which is called constitution.